But if this line looks like it's too much of a wait for you right now, you can go on to the Board of Elections website right here and see the current wait times across the county. The city of Amsterdam tried to stop the sign, saying that it violated zoning laws and could distract drivers on the highway. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and organizations around Central New York are raising funds for the cause. Welcome to News Live at 6. I'm Peter Elliott. Let's move on to some of the stocks we're looking at this week in our Market Movers segment. Let's start with Sweetgreen, a company you know for its $17 bowls. It's looking green right now. Green is the salad. Antonio Delgado, the Lieutenant Governor of New York State, he stopped by and helped them with that effort of registering voters. We caught up with him exclusively. We have all been feeling it. This weather has been brutal so far this winter for all of us across Central New York. Coming up on News Live at 6, after a week of blistering summer-like temperatures, it's going to feel more like spring. All of what you need to know about the weather and what you need to wear. No tickets for me just yet. I don't know about you. Because of this reason, like the Pitbull show last week, if you're trying to score that last-minute ticket to the Post Malone concert, it'll cost you. Space stocks took off on Tuesday, with several companies posting gains of 20% or more. The junior told us he isn't sure where he's going to put his silver medal just yet, only that it won't be going on display. That is for the gold medal. Governor Kathy Hochul is directing nearly $24 million to fight crime in Syracuse and Onondaga County. Scrolling towards the end of our show here, let's talk about social media. Financial TikTok, also known as #FinTalk, is now one of the most popular sources for financial information. For Elections Commissioner Dustin Zarni,
incredibly busy.
Late October is a busy time, especially when voters are making history in Onondaga County.
We are breaking records. The first 3 days were all the top 3 days ever. Over 30,000 people have voted.
Tuesday marks the 4th day of early voting in the county, following a strong start on Saturday.
First day we had over 11,000 voters in Onondaga County, and that set a new single-day record for early voting.
James Lanning is in charge of making sure those votes are counted. He's the poll site technician at the DeWitt Town Hall, one of the most popular early voting sites in the county. He's remained busy, given a
very spirited turnout,
including first-time early voters like Barbara Lance from East Syracuse.
But I was hoping to beat the crowd, but I didn't. I was a little surprised to see the line when I pulled in, but it moved along really fast. It didn't take more than 45 minutes, so it was good.
But if you're looking to avoid the wait, officials are encouraging voters to look online.
They can go to the Onondaga County Board of Election website and see the wait times for all the early voting locations.
So that once you get to your polling place,
you got your ballot and you voted and put it in the machine, you were done.
Nestled in the heart of the Finger Lakes, on the shores of Cayuga Lake, lies the village of Aurora. It's always been quaint, but it didn't used to be this quiet. Because at Wells College, when the bells rang, you knew something was happening.
I would hear them and I would know it was convocation, and they rang on my wedding.
But for one notable occasion last April, the chimes were silent. The college announced it was closing.
Just really shocked. It's like...
Janet Murphy, the deputy mayor, found out when everyone else did.
We were a couple for 156 years, and now we're breaking up, and it's really sad. I would like a conscious uncoupling, like Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin, right?
But Aurora isn't the only community to divorce its academic partner. In upstate New York alone, 4 private colleges have shuttered in the last 3 years, tied for the most among any state.
And upstate New York is one of these places where there's just a ton of little colleges all over the place.
Scott Carlson is a reporter for the Chronicle of Higher Education. He says the trends aren't in favor of small schools like Wells.
Not only is there a declining number of students sort of in the pipeline, but then you have these regional state institutions or sort of larger institutions that are looking to grow.
In Albany, at the College of St. Rose, the clock is ticking.
We're getting nearer to the end.
On the day we visited, Jen Richardson was the only person on campus.
It's definitely different.
At a school that used to serve more than 1,400 students.
This is our reality. There are no students here. And that's a hard thing to recognize. It really is.
She's one of just 5 people helping to close the college. On June 30th, the campus becomes county property.
Just like selling a house, you have to do that for all the buildings that you're moving out of. And when you're talking about 72 buildings, That's a lot of spaces that you need to go through and take care of.
But you need more than cardboard boxes to pack up a college.
You know, you think it's just, okay, the college is closed, there's no more classes, you just walk away and be done, right? But it's not.
When a college closes, it leaves a crater in the community. In rural areas, a school can provide oxygen. In Aurora, it provided H2O.
The village has to take ownership of the water treatment plant, which has been in the hands of Wells College for over 100 years.
With half the population now gone, the next water bill could land with a thud.
We're looking at, in a regular two-person household, it's probably right now quarterly around $200 a month, and that could triple. I'm terrified about how it's going to impact the community. So many people here are older and on fixed incomes, and do they have that much extra money floating around?
The village has written letters to elected officials at the state and federal level for funding. It's just another reason why rural communities suffer more when colleges close.
There's a number of, small colleges that are continuing to prop up like these towns where manufacturing left a long time ago and probably still will not be around. If these smaller schools are undercut, that just further reduces the vitality of rural places.
The future for these historic institutions is uncertain, but Richardson and Murphy know one thing: nothing can erase school pride.
I may not be here anymore, but I know that St. Rose will continue to live on in our hearts, and we will continue to bring St. Rose out into the community each and every day.
Because that was real, and that happened, and that was great. I want that to stay intact.
A message that will keep ringing. Reporting in the Empire State, I'm Peter Elliott, NCC News.